Good morning, Western Washington, and happy Sunday. I'm Matthew Fab with Western Washington Weather, and we've got a significant storm to talk about today. It's starting to form out here, and this is really just to the south of it. The main storm's going to be moving up here north of Vancouver Island, and it's going to cast a strong pressure gradient across Western Washington, in addition to bringing a cold front through the area, and we're going to have a region-wide windstorm in addition to some mountain snow and some rain in the lowlands. So let's take a look at the forecast. So we're starting here with the European model forecast for precipitation type here, and you can see the storm starts to show here moving into Haida Gwaii and deepening as it moves in, and you can see rain starts across the area by early Monday morning. The storm moves into British Columbia and produces a little bit of a lee low right here over parts of southern British Columbia there, and that will cast a strong pressure gradient across western Washington from this storm all the way south through maybe even parts of northern Oregon from Monday morning through Monday afternoon, and then it's going to bring a very strong westerly surge down the Strait of Juan de Fuca. You can see rain and mountain snow continue overnight Monday into Tuesday, with some showers continuing there on the morning of Election Day. And then it looks like we do dry out by the time polls close there in the evening. And then we're going to remain dry for a few days, likely all the way through Thursday and potentially Friday. So stay tuned for more information on that. So let's take a look at that pressure. You can see there's the storm moving through Monday morning there, and then you can see the pressure gradient that is cast across western Washington there. And that's going to bring strong southerly winds, and then it will also bring a surge of westerly winds down the Strait of Juan de Fuca in the evening there, or in the afternoon, sorry. So let's take a look at what peak wind gusts we're expecting here. This is the European model, known for being accurate. As we go through Monday morning, you can see by 4 a.m. Monday, winds are only gusting on the coast, maybe up to 30 miles an hour. But as the front moves through and as the pressure gradient increases, winds will likely peak in the lowlands by 10 a.m. So this is the forecast for peak winds as of 10 a.m. You can see gusts of 35 to 40 miles an hour for Seattle and Everett, and the coast likely gusting over 50 miles an hour there. Olympia over 45 miles an hour. And then as we go through, by 4 p.m., most of the peak winds will have occurred. So peak winds are really looking to be between, I would say, 8 a.m. to like 3 p.m. on Monday there, and you can see this is going to be a decent storm for the Seattle area, with gusts of 40 to 45 miles an hour for most of the lowlands from Everett southward. Everett northward, gusts likely 45 to 55 miles per hour, especially closer to the water there. You can see Whidbey Island and areas along the strait gusting 55 to 60 miles an hour, and then as we go through the evening hours, you can see strong winds in the backcountry of the Cascades, even places like Snoqualmie and Stevens Passes gusting 45 to 50 miles an hour there. So there could be some blowing snow and some dangerous conditions, especially at Stevens Pass. At Snoqualmie Pass, it will likely be mostly rain due to the snow level. Let's take a look at another forecast here. This is the NAM model, also decent with wind speed here. And we're just going to take a look and play this through here. This is 4 a.m. You can see the southerlies start to increase across Whidbey Island, gusting 40 plus miles per hour. As we go to 6, 7, 8, there you can see the winds start to increase significantly across most of the area, gusting 45 to 55 miles an hour from Everett northward and 40 to 45 miles an hour from Everett south through the Seattle metro and toward Olympia. And then by 8 a.m. you can also see some gusts of 50 to 55 miles an hour on the coast. Those winds likely peak 9 to 10 a.m. for the lowlands there, with gusts of 45 to 50 miles an hour for the Seattle metro area and areas around Tacoma and Olympia, and then 55 to 60 on the coast. And then you can see as we go through the afternoon that westerly surge there on the Strait of Juan de Fuca, with gusts of 45 to 55 miles an hour from Everett northward, and that's westerly surge there impacting areas like Whidbey Island and maybe Port Angeles and Dungeness Spit. And you can see the mountains get really strong winds into the evening as well, with gusts of 45 to 60 miles an hour on some of those higher peaks there. So if you're out in the backcountry, this is an extremely dangerous time to be out there, and you really want to not be out in any of the backcountry across the Cascades. And then let's take a look at one more forecast. This is the high-resolution rapid refresh model, another high-resolution forecast. And you can see it shows a similar thing, southerlies increasing around 5 a.m. from areas Everett northward, and then the coast starts to gust upwards of 50 miles an hour by 8 a.m. there. You can see 50 plus miles an hour from Edmonds north toward Bellingham. The HER shows gusts near 60 miles an hour for Bellingham, but that is probably overdone. 55 mile an hour gusts or so on Whidbey as these southerlies increase. You can see the winds peak across the lowlands around 10 a.m. or so for on this forecast here, and you can see it's showing gusts of up to 50 miles an hour for parts of Tacoma and near Olympia there. That's probably a little bit overdone, but it is still possible. And you can see gusts of 35 to 45 miles an hour for the rest of the lowlands, including this forecast does show stronger winds for parts of western Snohomish County there and northern King County there, with gusts of 45 to 50 miles an hour for Edmonds and Everett and Mukilteo, and then 55 miles an hour for Whidbey Island there. And then you can see, again, really strong winds in the backcountry of the Cascades. So let's take a look at the rain here and what we're going to have with this front moving through. You can see showers begin by early Monday morning, and then these showers, snow in the mountains, move through the early morning hours, and then you can see the front itself moves through around 9 a.m. That's likely going to bring some pretty strong winds with it, and you can see that starts to push out by the time we get to about noon. And then we're going to have these really strong convergence zone bands moving through parts of the Cascades. This could bring snow levels down pretty quickly and could bring snow into Snoqualmie Pass there. And you can see these bands just continue all the way into late Monday night there before diminishing by early Tuesday morning. And total precipitation with this system, not particularly impressive, only about a quarter inch for most of the lowlands, up to a half inch near Bellingham, and then up to 3/4 of an inch or so, and a little bit more up toward an inch for the coast. And then in the mountains, below about 3,500 feet, this will be 1 to 2 inches of rain, but above 3,500 feet, you can see there's a decent amount of snow coming with this system. This is snow all the way through Tuesday morning, and you can see Snoqualmie Pass likely getting a few inches there. That could be a little bit overinflated there, as the snow level will likely be over 3,500 feet. But you can see places like Stevens and White Passes will get anywhere from 6 to 18 inches of snow. And with the winds, travel is going to be very hazardous at some of those passes. So this is looking at NWS Seattle. You can see winter storm warning for the Cascades from King County northward, and then winter weather advisory for the Cascades of Pierce and Lewis counties. And you can see the wind advisory is in effect here, this light tan colors there. For the central coast, the southwest interior, the Tacoma area, the eastern lowlands, and then Everett and vicinity. Does not include the Seattle metro area, though it arguably could, based on some of the forecasts. And then you can see this brown here is the high wind warning. That is for the northern coast along the Strait, Admiralty Inlet area, Whidbey Island, Camano Island, and then western Skagit County, Whatcom County, and the San Juans. So there's obviously a lot to watch over the next day or so with this system. And one thing to remember is that regardless of what weather alert you have, these winds that are coming in could be enough to cause tree damage and power outages, especially with all the leaves on the trees. And so be prepared for power outages, have your devices charged, and watch out for tree damage as well. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and share these videos. Please subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow morning's windstorm update, which will be probably going on as the storm is starting. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned on my Twitter, Facebook, and Blue Sky pages for updates throughout today and tomorrow, and I will talk to you all then.